This podcast is brought to you by PPIS,
a non-profit organization committed to support women of all ages navigate their various roles in society, as well as nurturing their children and families.
Share the joy of Ramadan and Shawwal with PPIS Ihsan Ramadan 2025. Sinari Impian. Visit ppis.sg/PIR.
Inspiring women,
Strengthening families. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Outside In with your host Yanto
and Farhan, your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go. Okay guys, hari ni punya episode kan agak it's gonna, I feel like it could be a heavy emotional one, and I'm glad that we have Aidil and Naqiah, a very very good friends here with us today, because without them I think this episode wouldn't be here.
Yeah, correct. Kita sebenarnya takut nak buat episode ni seorang. Just the two of us. So yalah, and anyways you guys have been there for us through our journey.
So kalau korang, you know, if you guys remember last year yang you guys punya episode dengan kita kan, you guys talk about your IVF journey kan, and for those yang dah, you know, you have followed us for a long time, you know that we took a break from trying to conceive, and then you know, but with the push from Aidil and Naqiah, alhamdulillah, they told us that go for it, there's no harm in trying, you know. They told us the steps and things like that, and I'm pretty sure some of you already DM korang juga kan about you know how to go through IVF, which hospital and things like that. So you guys have helped a lot of people, alhamdulillah, mashallah.
We actually took a break for more than 2 years. That is a very long time, because the first time we actually did something. We went to the doctor and get ourselves checked. The results was very disheartening lah. So to the point that we cakap macam, okay, this is too much emotionally for us, so we took a break. And I didn't realize it was 2 years of a break until only recently when we backtrack macam 2022
which is quite a long time lah. But alhamdulillah, you know, 2024 was the start of it all. You know, the journey, we kickstart our IVF journey again.
Yes.
And then going at the message I told you guys, we went to polyclinic as per your advice kan. We went polyclinic, and then tak sampai 2 minggu we got a slot. It was very fast, and mashallah. So,
I remember it was on I don't know when, but we went to the polyclinic, got a referral. I think 2 days later, we got a SMS saying that your appointment is, I think, about
next month.
A month.
Yeah,
after
very
that.
fast.
So kita macam, mashallah.
Yeah.
So that was when our journey started lah. So I guess today is for us to update the insiders about our TTC journey.
Yeah, because I feel that, you know, you guys have been following, and korang banyak berdoa pada for us. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for all your du'as. And also I think it's we Outside In wouldn't have been Outside In if we didn't talk about this 2 years ago. Right, so we talk about this journey, and I feel that it's okay for us to share this journey with all of you insiders yang dah bersama dengan kita from the start. And you know, if let's say this episode helps to, you know, maybe if you're in a similar situation with us, at least you feel that you're not alone. Because I remember feeling lonely back then bila aku tengah, you know, going through this alone. But alhamdulillah, we have this community, this family of ours, you know, to really to really share bukan share the burden, share the emotions. I wouldn't call it a burden lah. I mean, kalau betul-betul rasa mungkin kau jawab tu dah sedih but
so our journey thus far, I think every month we have an appointment dekat should we say the hospital?
No.
Okay, at the hospital.
Kalau nak tahu hospital, DM.
So macam every month we have appointments and yada 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 until a very significant moment, right? When we found out again, macam kan kita dah pergi the first time, right? And then we went through the motions again the second time, and then same results, which is that the infertility issue lah.
Which is they found 0 sperm in my semen sample.
So the difference between now and back then was, back then kita terus give up lah.
Okay, maybe I recall a bit the whole incident. So the first time we try kan, aku dah when the doctor said, the first thing he asked me at the first hospital, dia tanya, were you sick when you submitted the semen sample? Then I said, oh no, why because so sorry but I cannot find any sperm. But when they give me that result, aku melalak after that. You know, I think I break down a lot. But the second time I went to, because I kind of expected the results, I was like, okay, I know it's zero sperm, what next?
Yes, what
right?
next?
So I was more prepared.
Correct,
So
correct.
that 2 years that I took to, we took a break, that was, I feel is important break that we had.
I think it was a break that needed to happen because we met people macam Raihan, Yaakob, we met Naqiah, we met Aidil, we met so many people who were sharing their TTC journey as well, and we got inspired lah.
Yeah. So for korang went through IVF for whether your TTC journey was about 8 years lah kan?
I would say 9 years, yeah.
Okay.
But if let's say for IVF itself, from the first hospital kita pergi, which took us around 2 years plus, and the next one yang alhamdulillah yang dia dapat conceive ni kan, is around 1 year plus lah.
1 year plus.
Yeah.
So the 2 years then you also took a break.
Yeah,
yes.
in between actually kita tried more traditional methods.
Faham.
So macam his mom recommended urut, habis my friends jamu. We try to macam apa ni dorang kata pulih dalam something like I don't know
internal health.
Yes,
lah.
correct.
Okay.
So we tried that method. But then after that we got a push from our neighbour to actually try IVF the second time, but at another hospital.
Which is the same hospital that we went
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
I think both of us macam dah tertulis you got the push from your neighbor and then we got the push from you guys.
Yeah, and
InsyaAllah.
hopefully some of you guys also got the push lah from us to go through this.
Yeah.
Kasihlah kita berkat sikit dia.
Okay, so I think the last thing that we shared, I think we shared that you had to go to macam a testicular scan, wasn't it?
Surgery.
Before that it was a scan lah.
A scan, yeah, before scan.
Because the
You want to see
the
whether
big-
there's any
the big question was whether it was a production issue or a
blockage issue.
Right.
Yep.
So before that, we didn't have any answers right the first time. So this time somehow we got a little bit more courage. Kita macam okay, let's go for it. Let's investigate further.
Yep.
So then we went to the scan, and the scan punya results was a little bit underwhelming in a sense where it didn't give us
Results.
any answers lah.
The scan basically was to see whether there's any anomalies, macam like growth ke, any cancerous cells ke, So that was I thought the first time they scan was to see whether got blockage.
Yeah,
But
me
they cannot scan for blockage.
Yeah.
Then after they scan, say okay, there's nothing wrong with your testicles and things like that. So I was like, okay, alhamdulillah, nothing wrong. But what next? Then he said, the doctor said, there's 2 options right now. Number 1, we go for a pinhole surgery. Number 2, you go for a more invasive, which is the potong the belah, the korek. Yeah. So we at the point of doctor asked, okay, so do you want to think about it first? You want pinhole?
She was like, no. I was like, whoa.
Oh.
Aku straight on the spot. No, give me the most 100% method. The most.
You really want to know,
I really want to know because I waited 2 years
Faham.
to take a break. And it felt like I was prepared for it. Apa kau nak kasi aku, kau kasih lah. Kau nak potong ke, kau nak gini-gini ke, kau buat lah. Because I
No
really
more
wanted to
beating
know.
around the bush,
Yeah.
Yeah, but so after that, so doctor say, okay, you sure lah, go for this. So this is what you need to go through. Dia run through procedure. Lepas tu dia kata dia nak akan potong. Then if need be, dia akan potong the testicles itself. Which is what they did lah during my surgery.
No, actually, she didn't say that. When during the consultation too, before that, he said that he's just going to create for sperm. But when it comes to the actual surgery, he korek, but he also cut a bit of the testicles
Faham.
to send for biopsy.
Initially, I thought it was just the left testicle.
Apparently,
it's both.
Yeah.
And then dia kata, no wonder, we cut from both. That's why you took quite a while for you to recover. Then aku macam like, padan aku kengkang lama.
Tapi
We witnessed it.
Masih ada. Yeah. Korang nampak lah aku punya
Kita
kesakitan
witness
kan.
Tahu.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
and
okay,
Doktor
sorry.
ada OCD
tu kau.
No need lah,
I
mas.
can relate. Aku macam like doktor.
Okay, so we backtrack a little bit. So we found out that okay, Ian is going to go for the surgery, and it is scheduled for 10
January.
4
days before my birthday.
Yep.
Yes, so the consultation too, I checked just now, was in October.
Oh.
Yes, so it was a 2 month of grueling wait.
Yeah.
Kita macam, oh my god, this is going to determine the end all or be all lah. Kira kan macam tu in our minds. So after that, alhamdulillah kita dijemput ke rumah Allah.
Yeah,
ke Tanah
kita
Haram.
dapat pergi umrah during the wait lah kan.
Yeah, in December. So all we did there was pray lah. Prayed and prayed and prayed. And I remember a guest who came who had a macam fertility issue also. She said that her initial doa was to macam dia doa, Ya Allah bagi aku zuriat. But she changed her doa to, Ya Allah berikanlah aku zuriat kalau ia terbaik untuk kita, terbaik untuk kami. So that was my doa.
Same. Yeah.
Dapat pahala. So that was our doa lah.
I think selalu kita semua bila dah tengah tawaf tu, kita ada our own individual doa kan. So I would say 3/4 of the time I was praying for that lah, because but at the same time pun I say that if really if really aku patutnya ada anak di dunia ni, then kau gunakanlah. Kalau tak, then kau senangkanlah hati aku. You know, that was aku dah start. Oh my god.
Yeah, I get it, because it's easy for you to ask, but when it push come to shove, when it really happens to you, right, then you macam okay, what now? You know. So we went to Umrah, then we came back, Alhamdulillah, and then a few days later we went for the surgery.
Yeah, 10 days we came back. I think 2 weeks later. Yeah. Kau ingat lah Wow, kau ingat, masya-Allah. Inilah nama kawan yang baik. Alhamdulillah.
Dalam kalender tu.
Dia hantar pergi Umrah.
Dia hantar kita pergi Umrah.
Ambil bilang.
And then 10 Jan.
So I went for the surgery dengan botak kan, tak ada rambut.
And also they also accompanied us.
Okay guys,
to the
I take this moment to really thank the both of you, because you know korang betul-betul kita punya emotional support, and then not to mention not to forget also Raihan Yaakob dan juga Farhan, Fikri dengan Nurul. You know, korang really give us our support, and korang literally guys, they cleared the calendar. When I tell them, is it okay kalau korang teman kita? They clear the calendar, say no more bro. Diorang datang. Diorang teman kita the whole day. Even for my surgery pun, the two of them sat with her while I was in surgery. Then it
Farhan makan sambal fish kau.
Yes.
Pasal ada rindu.
Just a backstory lah. While Yan was in the dah masuk, dah admitted, so we went to eat lah. Kita macam okay lah, let's go eat. So I've never ordered sambal fish before, but it's something that he always order lah bila makan dekat food court.
Fish.
Yeah, so I'm like order, dia makan tu kan macam nak nangis. I'm thinking macam how is he, what is he doing right now, dah start ke belum surgery, like a lot of things.
Lepas tu first time jumpa bila dah habis surgery, dia ketawa kan. Pasal dah nampak surgery dia dah bengkak.
Because the nurse asked me to you can help your husband wear his pants and everything. So I'm like okay lah, wear his pants. Dia macam it's swollen.
Tu dia ketawa kan. Rindu-rindu ketawa kan.
Makan ikan makan juga.
So that was the the journey so far. A lot of I would say, am I positive? I was positive in terms of the thing is, results aku tak nak fikir. I just think that I'm doing my best. Aku kasih my 100% because this is the path that I've taken, and I want to make sure that aku redha dengan apa yang dijalani. So that was, at that point in time, that was the motivation behind why I go through all this lah.
And also after that, after the surgery, then it was a long wait lah for the results. The results 3 months. 3 months.
Aku bila yang kau dah habis surgery tu, aku straight tanya Farhan, what's the result?
Aku macam
aku on the spot.
No result bro.
Sekali aku dengar, Arman, nak ketemu lagi sampai March kan?
March.
I was like, lama apa?
Lama gila. March 6.
Better go with dates.
Yeah, so it was a gruesome long wait lah. Pasal along that few months of us waiting, I had to recover from my surgery. Berdarah, things like that, gatal lah. So macam
and then he had to celebrate his birthday.
Aku
like that
4 days after my surgery, I celebrated my birthday with my family. Anak saudara aku excited nampak aku lompat. Aku baru semua macam aku dah sayang uncle from the side. Okay.
Kau pakai kain lah? Pakai kain?
Tak, aku pakai.
Dia pakai tight kan?
I need to wear it tight too. But then seluar labu lah. Jadi tak macam terlalu constricted sangat.
Aku ingat macam pakai kain habis dia hanger.
Macam sunat tu.
Itu sunat.
Sunat kedua kali kan.
So the wait from the surgery to the result thing. In January, nothing. I won't say nothing much happened, but it was normal. We are just trying to calm our minds, just trying to distract
Desaru
try to occupy ourselves, right? With surround ourselves with beautiful people in our circle.
Verbal assurance already.
Love you. And then after that, February, I don't know about you, but I feel like starting February, things just started to
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah. I feel like macam, whoa.
A lot of things pekat things aku. I think I wouldn't say February, like towards the tail end of February.
Towards the tail end of
towards the end of February, a lot of things happened. We started falling sick, and then I think recently also, on the last day of February, the malam Syakban, malam Ramadan, my nyai meninggal. You know, there was, I think it was such a big impact untuk aku pasal aku grow up dengan dia kan. Aku sedih lagi, ya Allah. Yeah, so it was macam to me the ujian was really lagi sebelum Ramadan very tough. And then I lost her very suddenly. Kan it happened because of a fall accident and things like that. So aku tak prepare myself to ada kehilangan, especially someone yang I sayang sangat-sangat.
Correct. Yeah. And like just a few weeks ago, we all, including arwah nyai, celebrated his birthday. Like little did we know that was the last birthday that we are going to celebrate together.
Dah menjelang Ramadan kan. Fikir boleh sama-sama Syawal
Yeah.
I think if I can just speak as a wife during that period of time, I've always, not always, at the back of my mind, I've always macam mentally prepare myself. Because I know that sabar, macam ingus aku ujung-ujung.
You have to blow out your ingus first.
So I've always mentally prepared myself because I know you are very close with nyai, arwah nyai. So, and the crazy thing is that a few months before dia meninggal, Yan had recurring dreams about losing nyai in his dreams.
I keep dreaming she passed away and things like that. Then bangun melalak. That's how bad it was again.
And as his wife, there was the very few times that I saw him that low, crying and wailing. Of course, wailing when we were just the two of us lah. Then the thing that struck me the most was that kan just now I shared about his dreams, right? Then he said while sobbing and crying, said that I hari tu mimpi nyai meninggal, tapi bila I bangun dia ada. But now I bangun dia tak ada. So I was like, Allahu Akbar. In that moment in time, I couldn't do much but to just try and support you lah. Try to console you.
Yeah, that was much needed lah.
Yeah, I didn't say much, did I? I was just macam cry, just
love
cry,
language.
just cry.
Tak baca kat apa-apa.
Buatkan kopi je.
But I did told him, if you need to cry, just cry, don't hold it in.
Aku nangis banyak lah. Tenang cakap, aku nangis banyak. But aku maybe I just want to, bukan nak kata apa, but alhamdulillah bila jenazah dia dah dimandikan semua kan, bila time solat jenazah tu, the imam was like, the guy, pengurus jenazah kata siapa-siapa yang nak siapa-siapa wakil nak imamkan ke apa, tak ada. Aku tengok tak ada orang nak imamkan. Dan aku macam, no, this is my last ibadah, this is my last jasa I can give to my arwah nyai. Aku naik, aku step up. Aku, Allah, bila aku solat jenazah tu, they always say that bila kau solat jenazah for your own family members, dia punya rasa lain. And then aku first takbir, Allahu Akbar, aku masih okay. Second takbir, aku dah menggeletar, kaki aku pun dah start to shake lah. The moment the fourth Allahu Akbar, aku dah tak boleh sebut sah. I mean, Masya Allah, ramai orang turn up for nyai punya. Alhamdulillah. Lebih daripada 40 orang Alhamdulillah. Dan Ustaz Tan pernah share juga, kalau lebih daripada 40 orang, demi doa dia lagi, dimabulkan, something like that. So Alhamdulillah, I dapat solat jenazah, solatkan nyai lah. And that was, I feel, a beautiful circle. Pasal aku ingat balik bila aku muda-muda, the first person aku nampak solat is my grandmother. Nyai yang solat lah. Then macam ibarat dia kata 3 perkara yang kita tinggalkan di dunia selepas kita meninggal, salah satunya adalah ilmu yang bermanfaat. So this is the ilmu that she left me, which is to solat. So aku belajar solat. So now whatever that I'm doing, aku will do it dengan niat yang ni adalah nyai yang kasih ilmu. So that at least whatever I do, dapatlah dia punya jasa, dapat dia punya berkat pada nyai. InsyaAllah pahala nyai berganda-ganda. So siapa-siapa yang dengar ni, InsyaAllah mohon doa korang kepada nyai aku, Masna binti Ardal. Terima kasih. Ui, aku tengah tahan je. But yes, so that was, I feel that that happened on the first Ramadan, first day of Ramadan, dia dikemubikan. And that was macam, I feel my life started to change. You know, a lot of, I felt, because I was in depression before. Aku pernah rasa like very low, out and about. It felt close to that when I lost Nyai. Macam aku tak tentu arah, handphone aku tak ter-message. Even korang punya message yang dalam group tengah live, aku pun tak baca, things like that. So I was, it felt so close to that. But then thanks to Raihan and juga Haikal, dia kata that this is a normal reaction in a situation,
in a abnormal situation.
So I feel that yes, this is warranted. This is normal for us to feel this way, to feel the loss. So aku tried lah to grieve, and at the same time pun I tried to be strong. Pasal you know, yes, mati tu pasti. Dan aku dah tanam dalam hati aku is there's only one way that we can meet again, which is in Jannah. So InsyaAllah lah.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah. And I think as your wife lah, witnessing you during those times, it was very heartbreaking. If you know me well enough, I'm not good at consoling, right?
Yeah.
But I try my best.
Dia nak nangis.
Apa kau buat, Farhan?
I try my best to support you, yeah. But to me, that point of time, Alhamdulillah dia nangis, because I didn't want him to be in a point, in a situation where dia simpan, then macam, you know, it doesn't do any good lah. So I am very thankful that he cried. So I just told him, just keep, like, if you feel like crying, just cry. So there are moments throughout the day, he can break down 7-8 times. Macam dengar azan Ramadan the first time kan lain kan. Then he break down. Then dia masak a dish that arwah Nyai ajar dia nangis. And then another time in the bedroom, then he cries. So I just tried to be there for him lah. But at the same time, I knew we had another roadblock, like just a few days away.
Yeah, which is on the 6th March lah.
Yeah, so aku macam Allah Akbar. I am bracing myself lah, but yeah, he told me that he started to because I know he's grieving, but at the same time he told me that I think it's not going to be good news.
Oh, he said that.
Yeah. And I keep telling him, no, why? Just let's just think positive lah.
Yeah.
But what was the reason?
My reason was because aku start to calculate again, because there are certain indications that I saw even beforehand that could lead to a negative result. But aku try to brush it aside. But closer, as the days get closer, and then now hati aku dah tengah remuk, you know, I was really in that sorry state and things like that. Aku start to fikir balik. When the surgery happened, before that they give us a financial consultation. Okay, kalau ada ni, you have to pay this. Kalau ada ni, you have to pay this. But kita tak bayar apa-apa. That means something wasn't done that was used to, so that we don't have to pay. For example, the freezing of a sperm cost at least about $500 and things like that.
Yeah, the extraction we had to pay, but the freezing too, we were not billed. So that's what made him think that there's no sperm to begin with to store or to freeze.
Oh, okay, faham.
Yes.
So yeah, aku macam then aku try to fikir maybe they will only charge us after the consultation ke apa. Aku until the very fateful day lah, which is 6 March lah, just last week.
Last week, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday. Last Thursday.
Yeah, once again the night before, aku message lah Aidil dengan Naqiah, said guys, is it okay if you guys teman us tomorrow?
Yeah, actually bila kau message aku tu, before that, a few minutes or hours aku tak ingat. Aku teringat tau, aku terfikir this month kan kau punya result.
Consultation.
Then kau message aku. So macam sweet timing ni.
Kita dah ada ni dok, jiwa.
Ketawa tapi still ketawa.
So the reason why I needed Naqiah and Aidil there was because I was going through a tough time, and then who else to be there but my best friends kan. So like that I know if let's say the things were going to be bad or negative ke apa, I know you guys are going to be there to support me, and that was the first thing that popped into my head lah. I told her, can I ask Naqiah and Aidil along? She said, yes, of course, go. Then without hesitation kau cakap okay, aku macam that's why aku bersyukur sangat kawan-kawan aku.
Alhamdulillah.
Bersyukur saya.
Sama.
Tapi boleh aku luahkan something?
Boleh. Silakan.
Apa?
Okay, actually
Alamak.
Dah nangis pula.
aku feel guilty actually. I'm so sorry, but
Kenapa?
aku feel guilty because I didn't know that aku feel macam aku put korang through this second time.
No.
Aku don't know. Aku feel shit.
No.
I mean,
You tak boleh fikir gitu. Okay, for example why I cakap
I'm
you tak boleh
sorry,
fikir
okay?
Don't be sorry.
Okay, sebab kenapa tahu? Kita fikir in terms of positive lah. Bila korang melalui ini, aku remember bila aku bilang korang whatever the result is, korang have to accept it. Memang lah, of course. Kita mana-mana human memang kita ada hope kan. Kita memang ada letak harapan yang it will be okay, good
good news lah kan.
Tapi kalau diorang tak begini, they won't
never know
tahu dia punya end result.
We won't have answers lah.
So diorang akan lagi terfikir macam mana gini semua. Ni pun setiap perjalanan, setiap decision pun Allah yang menentukan.
Betul.
So the result pun kan Allah yang menentukan. So what we are doing,
but
kita make an effort. Yalah, of course.
I feel
Aku pun terfikir juga. Aku pun terfikir macam apa dia cakap.
all this while aku keep on thinking macam positive. Aku fikir macam okay lah, memang aku positive because aku keep on thinking macam like we did it once and Alhamdulillah we got so aku just keep on thinking macam it's gonna be the same for you guys Tapi itu
Terus
sekali
kita takut pasal macam alamak, kita dah kasih korang macam
semangat.
this is, but I'm very bersyukur that korang like never blame kita or what lah. It's just that aku feel shit as a person who actually macam guys go for it. Aku feel a certain way je lah. Cuma korang masih okay kan?
Sayang korang, insyaAllah.
No, I think this our Trying to Conceive journey, especially since once korang dah in the picture, right? I think the journey, one of the biggest takeaways for me personally, I don't know about you, I think for you also, is our friendship lah.
Yeah,
betul.
Yeah. It's one
Regardless of the results, right? I think what we've been through, how we bonded, how we were there for each other, I think we treasure that a lot.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So I think korang dah tahulah result dia macam mana kan. So of course when we set in, kita datang, kita jumpa, kita duduk kat luar, kita walk, we make joke, kita masih okay, bawa ketawa-ketawa. Terus
We waited for
2 hours plus.
Doktor dia pergi
emergency delivery. Nampak doktor lain, doktor, where you going, doktor? But yeah, so it was a 2 hours plus wait, but I'm glad you guys were there. Aku tak rasa takut ke apa, because we make jokes, we talk, and then every time kau number, then kau macam kau banyak.
Subhanallah tu.
Pasti dari belakang dia buat suara perempuan tu.
Yeah, so it was a good distraction, I would say.
Yes,
and it was a preparation for me to enter the doctor's room lah. I wanted to take video, tapi aku terlupa about our interaction with doctor kan. So kita masuk tu, normal lah jumpa doktor dah kenal kan. He say, doctor, how are you, doctor? What gini. So the doctor, first thing doctor ask, so how was your recovery? Oh, doctor, pain lah, doctor. Yeah, because we took samples from both of the testicles. Don't wonder lah, doctor, 3 weeks not gonna walk. You should have asked for more hospital leave. I never.
Kalau aku kat dalam, aku dah cakap doktor, told him already many times, he don't want.
Aku masih
stubborn.
Workaholic. Aku masih kerja kan.
Faham.
Hospitalization leave 1 minggu, tapi
Masih jalan
masih
kerja.
kerja. Masih kerja. Allah,
Pekerja
aku ni.
tercontoh guys.
InsyaAllah. But yeah, so bila kita dah duduk, then he said, okay, I need to let's get to the results lah. Okay, so we did. He tried to tapis, make it nice and all that. So okay, so we tried. We sent for the biopsy. When we retrieved the sperm, there was sperm, but it's not developed. And dia macam ibarat there's a full cycle. For example, 100%. My sperm only stops at 30%, and it dies after that. So it will never develop to 100%. So aku macam okay lah, lagi 70% push aja lah, you know.
Yeah, we were asking the doctor, is there anything that we can do to help, you know, make this better?
But then he says there's no way. There's no possible way unless it's a miracle, which means that it's a genetical thing lah. Genetic.
Yeah. Until that point, I was still macam, no, there must be something that we can do. But once he say that, so your next best option is a sperm donor, then aku macam,
No, tak boleh. Or
macam,
adoption.
Yeah, so that means it's not my husband's sperm.
Tak boleh.
So aku macam,
But the doctor was nice. He said, is it okay? I don't know about you. I don't know about your religious rulings and things like that. He was very transparent yet very tapis lah and tactful. Dia kata, but if it's okay, I mean, if your religion allows it, then you can go for sperm donor. But if cannot, then the only best option is adoption.
Adoption.
Yeah, which.
Yeah, he didn't mention IUI. He didn't mention IVF.
He said straight to adoption. Then tu aku macam like, tu aku dah terus dia diam sekejap.
At the point of time, what was going through your mind?
Aku jam lah kan.
Aku jam. Honestly, after I found out the result, aku jam for a few days. Like, so the first thing he said that, then aku terus macam, he said, okay, it's okay.
He like this.
Yeah, dia
massage kau.
Dia pujuk aku. Dia pujuk aku, and then he was like saying, it's okay. There's always.
You're still young.
You're still young. You might find other methods in future. Then dia kata, it's possible to do it, but the technology doesn't allow you to do so. Yeah, belum lagi. Yeah, so there's no way lah. So then aku break down. Aku macam cakap, I just lost my grandmother on Sunday. Now I get this news. Then lagi dia, it's okay. Gitu. Aku dah
Dua side dah urut kau
Farhan ke atas.
Kejap lagi dah acupuncture dah.
So yeah, basically nak kata keturunan bapak aku ends with me lah, in a sense. So I'm the only son. And then I won't be able to, kalau kita cakap pasal, you know, the sperm donor apa, so keturunan sperm apa, aku tak boleh kasih. So I'm sorry pa, that I cannot give you cucu. Oh shit.
InsyaAllah.
Tak boleh.
For now lah, for now.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the good news is the fact that korang did this early, right? You guys are still very young. So, aku deep tiba-tiba okay.
Are you my doctor?
Nak gurut kau Farah. Okay. So the good news is you guys are still young. You guys discovered this you know, now, right?
Relatively young.
So aku rasa there's still time for you guys to do it, like maybe in other methods. Like sometimes personally speaking, right, I used to work in the medical line, Western medical line side, and sometimes Chinese one works better. Sometimes TCM works better. Kadang-kadang Melayu punya the herbs and the jamu-jamu works better. So for some, because it's organic, and then macam, you know, there's so many,
cara-cara dia.
InsyaAllah. But at the end of the day, seperti apa the person who said, kalau memang Allah nak kasihkan zuriat and itu terbaik untuk kamu, then InsyaAllah akan digunakan. Tapi the good news is korang dah start awal, there's ample of time for you guys to explore and test. And dia bukan macam korang did this in like korang 50 years old, you know, then by the time macam like you know, I should have known this, tak payah beli satu box of tooth kan. You know. So in a way the good news is that lah.
Kita bukan nak giving you false hope atau tidak. There are many stories yang, you know, yang dah
miracle stories,
mandu, this and that, miracle stories. A lot aku cakap a lot even dah as old as macam umur dah 50 lebih dapat first anak and dia happy gila. Tu dah confirm tau. Dia cakap memang tak boleh, tak macam kau 30% lah this and that. Dia cakap memang confirm tak boleh pun. Tapi miracle happen. Pasal Allah dah memang
nak kasih dia.
Allah nak kasih, Allah kasih. So I'm trying to say is jangan give up. Kan sentiasa berdoa. Pada aku kan, kalau korang memang sentiasa berdoa, korang prepare yourself, be ready. Allah mesti akan beri. So, kalau tak beri di sekarang pun kan, InsyaAllah dia berikan benda lain lah. Jangan putus asa lah.
Betul. Apa ni, just to share a bit of story kan. Aku like I said, I used to work dekat clinic, right? So I have this one doctor ni. He is the IVF doctor tau. Okay. And then lepas tu dia sendiri pernah tell aku this story that he sahkan this one patient of his tak boleh ada anak. Dia cakap dia dah buat the test semua negatif semua gini semua. Dia cakap no really cannot have anak lah. Sekali lepas tu next berapa bulan, okay lah, I forgot the how long it was. The wife actually came, the husband and wife came to the doctor and said that, hey, I thought you said that I cannot have kids. What is this? So the doctor actually takut macam dia kena sue or something for giving false,
false information.
Correct kan? So eventually the doctor said that okay, he admitted that this is actually work of a miracle. Okay, tapi dia low-key macam like I said, dia just suspect something kan. And then dia buat tau, dia tanya, dia cakap is it okay for studies, research, we want to do some DNA testing semua. And really true, it's actually husband and wife punya.
Masya Allah.
Dia bukan Elsa, dia bukan macam
sperm donor.
Tak ada. So at the end of the day, still kalau doktor cakap kan, but they are still human being. They are just sampaikan apa science ajar ni semua, tetapi tak 100%. Sebab anything can happen. Miracle can happen. Kalau memang itu rezeki korang kan, insyaAllah Allah akan kasih. Allah akan kasih.
InsyaAllah, amin. Yeah, but at the same time pun I just want to address the fact yang kau rasa feel bad pada kita. I want to address that because I feel that kalau korang tak push kita, we wouldn't have gone through, we wouldn't have found out what is necessary to find out. Because I feel that kalau lah seandainya kita cuba korang we might not even go for the journey anymore. And then we won't know the result. Macam kau cakap kau cakap tadi, like mungkin sampai 50 tahun aku tak tahu kenapa. At least now I know why. And then if let's say Western medicine doesn't allow it, then maybe I should really just work on something else in this dunia. Because it's also a sign for me to focus on something else. Pasal like you said lah, Allah kasih rezeki in many ways.
Betul.
Can't live to the Aidil. Sorry. Something stuck in my throat.
Yeah, so I feel that am I sad? Yes, definitely. Because you know how much I want kids, you know how much I love kids. And am I sad to like at the same time I feel that maybe this is a sign for Allah to tell me that your nieces need you. Your mashallah. So like, I have a lot of children already in this case. And I have Gemma, I have Kaliana, Eliana, all these little girls and boys yang look up. They come to me and they feel comforted with me, and those are signs of that is Allah's way to show me that if you can't have your own children, don't worry, these are yours. These are your children that you can look after. Walaupun bukan sehari-hari, it's still something yang you can portray your fatherhood with them, even just for a day. Lagi the best part is kau tak payah risau. Kau cuma jaga satu hari je. Cuba tanya parents yang jaga hari-hari, dia punya bingung macam mana.
Kau nak jaga hari-hari boleh. Aku gini jaga kat kau.
Aku still thinking, aku still fikir macam Allah mengatakan apa tak, katakan yang nanti dulu, focus on your other things, yang mana penting, settle down everything. Korang okay?
Maybe.
InsyaAllah. Kasih. I still think that way lah.
I actually wanted to ask you something.
Right.
Cik cakap
Boleh aku tanya dulu?
Boleh?
Okay, aku tanya dulu I know 100% kau nak kids, right? The percentage. Farah also 100%. So when you guys get this news, right, does it change anything tak between korang?
How do you react? I mean, how
macam
do you
as husband and wife lah. Macam maaf like I know some people macam ada lelaki, suami, bini tak boleh mengandung, cari bini lain.
Yang kita
like,
jadi host pula.
Sekarang macam like I mean, if you guys don't mind sharing.
Yeah.
I think of course nak kata immediately when I left the room, korang nampak muka aku macam mana kan. And then we spend the rest of the day at your house trying to overcome and things like that. But the moment I reached home, all these questions are in my head. Like, still I belum share. Honestly guys, kita belum have this conversation with each other.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to ask.
Because I couldn't talk about it. Because I feel guilty. I feel bad. And then as you all know, we have said in episodes that we want to have children so that mama can see before whatever happens lah kan. So aku macam aku ni tak boleh fulfill one of the wants or the feelings that she wants to have to fulfill for mama, for herself. Aku pula Wow. It's like, as much as it is, I don't feel lesser of a man, but at the same time, I feel that I'm unable to take the step to upgrade myself as a father in terms of biologically. Yeah, but for a few days I tak berbual dengan you
Yeah.
Wait, legit?
Yeah.
Korang tak berbual each other?
As in like berbual macam
Hi,
biasa,
bye
but
je.
we
Makan, minum gitu je?
no lah, not like hi bye. I wouldn't say hi bye, but we didn't touch the topic at all. We just pretended.
All is well.
and
all is
I was blank. I was really blank to a point that she cried when I was jokingly I was packing my stuff for reservist. Ni aku jahat lah.
Apa kau buat?
I was packing barang banyak. Tu aku letak bag sini. Tu aku nak buang sampah tau. Lepas tu dia, where you going? Tu aku cakap, I just casually cakap, I nak lari diri. Lari rumah. Memang nangis.
Oh.
Because she was holding all these emotions.
Yalah.
Yeah.
Kau benjok je.
I think because for me, I have been trying to support him from the moment we got to know the news about the arwah nyai.
Yeah.
I tried to be a supportive wife, and then I tried to be a supportive wife in terms of the news about the
sperm lah.
the sperm thing. So I have been how to say, putting my feelings on a backseat
Faham.
for like that period of time.
Literally 1 week lah.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to be okay, right? So I think the result was on Thursday. It wasn't only after yesterday that I broke down. I was how to say, I was numb. Same. I think I couldn't feel anything. I feel like belum register lagi. I'm still macam in a denial stage, sort of. And then my mother called.
Oh.
My mother just seemed to know when to call lah.
Yeah, mothers.
So
No
this
best,
one was yesterday. Mama called yesterday. So she was just asking me, how are you? How is Yan? Arwah nyai dah, how is he lah? How is he coping? Then I say, Alhamdulillah, getting better bit by bit lah. But I just, dia nangis sini sana. But I just tell him to cry, things like that. And then when my mother talk, she will talk for a very long time. She just pours out wisdom.
Okay.
So she will talk and talk and talk. So while she's talking, in my mind I'm like, do I tell her? I haven't told her yet. And I haven't told anybody yet. And my mom is my weakness lah. So in terms of tears, very senang nangis with my mom. So I told her everything, and then she said the same things that you guys said. She said that tak apa, Allah. She said something like, you have to remember, Allah uji, you have to be thankful because Allah pandang. Kalau Allah tak uji, that means Allah tak pandang. So Allah sayang you, and this ujian is meant for both of you. And Mama akan doakan. And then my mom is the kind of person that she will never cry in front of her daughters. But during that phone call, I can hear her crying.
Aduh.
But all at the same time, she was trying to comfort me. But lihatlah mak mana yang tak sedih to know that your daughter is going through such a thing, right? And at that moment of time, I was just being very selfish. I felt like, okay, let me put myself first. I need to feel everything. So I started to cry while my mom was talking, and she said a lot of things. I remember a few things, but I can't really recall now. But basically, she said that you are still young, ada cara lain. Maybe you can think of other options lah, like maybe adoption ke, fostering ke. There is still a lot of other options, and you are still young. You still have the choice, And then she cried, but she she tried to hide that she cried. But she cried. But I know for sure that she cried when she said, Mama pun sedih. Tapi sebagai manusia, normal for you to cry, right? But it's normal for you to jatuh, but jangan jatuh lama sangat. You have to get back up, because if you want to cry, don't berlarutan kesedihan tu. So if you want to cry, cry on the sejadah, cry to Allah. Maybe Allah wants to hear you cry on the sejadah. And then a lot of other wisdom, a lot of other things that she told me. But yalah, I could feel the support and love from her. And also I can feel how much she loves you as a son-in-law.
I love you too, Mama.
And then she told me something that I maybe just want to share with everybody. She said that whatever that you go through in life, maybe other TTC couples out there, maybe you might feel like this is the end of the road. But however sad you might be, if you want to cry, cry. If you want to cry, cry in front of God. But never ever give up.
Betul.
What it means is that jangan pernah lepaskan keyakinan dengan Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Whatever it is, He knows best. Right? It might be hard for us to understand, but it truly is the best path for us for now lah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Tapi tadi soalan aku korang dah jawab belum
Apa dia? Oh, how did it change? No, yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
InsyaAllah, I never tak pernah terlintas pun in my fikiran to leave him.
Alhamdulillah.
Definitely.
Betul.
That's how it's supposed to be lah.
I wanted that on tape.
Jangan kerana this result akan actually apa orang panggil menjauhkan. Supposedly actually these are the times yang couple korang need each other. Yeah.
This is the thing that we actually talk about bila kita going through the IVF process. Yes, because kita worried. Dia worried that he cannot. I also worry I cannot.
Kita dah ni kita dah talk to ourselves. Kita discuss to ourselves yang be prepared. Kita dah be prepared tau. Yang kita tak boleh ada anak.
Yeah.
Okay. Yang even prepared yang okay lah. Kat berapa kau tak ada anak tak apa. Yang kat rumah tu 10 lagi 10 anak tu semua tu anak kita.
Anak belus.
Kita pun ada 3.
Yeah. So kita dah cakap macam gitu, and then kita dah not say make promises, but kita dah manage each other punya expectation. So I think that helped lah. And
I think maybe I have a question for you guys, because 9 years is a very, very, very long time. How do you guys not give up? Because 9 years is macam
kita 3 tahun
of
ni dah
uncertainty of like, you know.
Macam mak kau cakap, keyakinan. Always believe in him. Kan? Sebab lambat macam mana pun, kalau Allah kata dah okay, you guys are prepared, aku akan kasih. Akan kasih. No matter umur korang berapa ke apa semua. So kita keep on thinking that okay man, maybe we are not ready for it. Maybe we are not ready for it. Because okay, macam korang got on the news yang apa? Kau tak boleh your sperm tengah apa boleh call it 30% can produce kan. Kita sebalik kita dapat news yang kita boleh tapi kita tak dapat. And we've been trying even we went to IVF the first time, even we went for the second time pun dah cakap korang tak boleh. Ni hati masih hati tapi kita masih macam fikir why?
Ni macam tak sangkut
Why? Macam tak sangkut.
Ovulation aku window dia dekat kecil sangat, sikit sangat. So macam dia macam now
not 1 second late.
So
lambat.
That's why kita ni lah, kita keep on nasihat each other, encourage each other, because like I mentioned, this thing paling penting suami isteri korang kena sehati sejiwa tu.
What actually helps? Apa nak try nyanyi gitu?
No, aku told she even told me for if let's say I tak boleh dapat position, will you find another wife? B, that's not the ni say. It's not the question yang ni lah betul.
Actually what helped was bila kita tengah having this doubt, right? Kita assure each other that at the end of the day kita tahu rezeki tangan Tuhan, tapi kita still want to be together. So I think that helped in terms of us not
coping.
Coping.
It's how after you cope with it. I mean pada aku lah we still together macam be ready for each other lah. Even if let's say dapat atau tak dapat ke, macam mana kan kita be prepared for what's next. Not and what's next bukan maksudnya nak bercerai, cari isteri lain atau dicari suami lain, tidak. Kira kan confident lah. Kira kalau aku ceraikan anak, aku pergi perempuan lain, kira aku boleh dapat perempuan tu boleh dapat. No, it's still up to him.
Yep, correct.
Kan?
Pasal kita ni memang dah ada, we build this relationship together.
Betul.
Kita dah sayang for a few years already. We build something strong, alhamdulillah. And it's like ada anak ni macam bonus. I'm trying to look at it as that lah. Kalau tak ada, alhamdulillah kita masih ada each other. Kita ada, aku ever since I got married to you, my life has changed tremendously. Aku dapat jumpa kawan-kawan yang hebat macam korang. Aku dapat keluarga in-law yang alhamdulillah, yang bersyukur. So like so many good things happen, and I cannot just forgo that just because Allah tak kasih aku anak. There are so many good things. As much as yes, aku tak boleh anggap korang anak aku.
Ada apa pak? Iya pak. Iya pak.
That's not the end of the road for korang.
Betul. At one period of time, I thought I was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, this one not even Yan knows. Okay, so there was
Even now Yan tak tahu.
Tak tahu.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a period of time that I thought I was pregnant. The first time. So I was like, oh my God. Because we've been trying for...
This point in time 2 years.
At this point in time 2 years. So I was very excited and hopeful because 2 months. And tak ada menses. So I had this intention of surprising him.
Okay.
So I actually got something. I had a plan lah. I wanted to surprise him. So macam my ideal situation would be I pee on the stick, positive, and then I wanted to surprise him with this thing, right? So this one I haven't opened. It has been sitting at the top of my wardrobe. For the past 3 years, I haven't opened it. I only opened it yesterday.
What is this?
So the date here is I'm going to close the block lah address. Is dated 27 January 2022. So this one I haven't seen it yet. But I plan to surprise him with this lah. I wanted to surprise you. Sayang, I'm pregnant with your favorite football. You see with like a cute but like menses after menses, and I didn't have the heart to even see. So I just put it at the top, covered, and like never saw it ever again. But I think we needed this as like macam for closure lah. I'm not saying that we're not gonna keep trying, but this marks the end of this cycle, right? So there you go.
Jangan buang, simpan.
It's a baby Jessie.
This was like
2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago.
Allahu Akbar.
I didn't had the chance to.
Yeah. But this is a good surprise. Ni kalau kita frame InsyaAllah. Thank you. Thank you for this.
Pada aku simpan, InsyaAllah. You guys might need it.
Wow. I didn't know. You simpan Quite journey lah, I would say.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end here. It's more of kita will go on another long break lah.
Yeah.
And kita will still leave it to Allah. As much as we are trying our best to berusaha, istiqomah, whatnot.
I think is it okay if we end the episode with a song?
Nak nangis
No, because I want to dedicate this song to you, and also dengan dengan serta-mertanya with all the TTC couples out there trying lah.
You boleh tahan tak?
I will just sing up to the chorus.
Okay.
Okay lah, aku pun boleh nyanyi juga. Korang asal.
Aku tadi.
Okay, baik.
Oh, ada pula.
Ada.
Okay, sampai chorus je. Kamu adalah nyawaku, kamu adalah nadiku, mendengar degupan jantungmu menguatkan aku. Kamu adalah nafasku, kamu adalah hidupku, merasa sentuhan darimu membuatku cinta. Berikanlah diriku sedikit waktu untuk jalani ceritaku bersama kamu. Hadirnya dirimu ku rasakan sempurnanya hidupku. Takkan pernah ku meninggalkan dirimu, ku jaga dirimu sepenuh jiwa ragaku. Kau nyawaku, kau nadiku. Okay, I'm sorry.
Mana nak dapat isi macam ni?
Sedap ya. Babe, I pun nak. Boleh I choose lagu tak?
Tak boleh pergi.
InsyaAllah.
End the episode please.
That was beautiful, Farah.
Oh, thank you. Tadi terkehil sikit tapi minta maaf.
Aku rasa macam kau dedicate kat aku juga gitu.
Boleh lah, boleh, insyaAllah.
Masya Allah.
Guys, like we said, it's a heavy conversation.
But outside it will not end here.
Yes.
Yes, that's for sure. If any also, kita perlukan sokongan korang yang lebih lah at this difficult period of time. Pasal every one of us is going through something. Every one of us, we don't know how the struggles are. We are just showing a little bit more of kita punya vulnerability here. Pasal we feel that you guys are our family. You guys have been listening to us from the start, daripada mula sampai sekarang. And if sikit sebanyak pun kita minta doa-doa korang lah.
Before korang end this, aku pun nak cakap sikit yang kita pun turut sedih lah dengan the news yang korang dapat ni kan. Because kalau kau nak tahu, on the day itself aku tak stop actually berdoa even inside my heart. Even bila korang nak masuk, I was hoping that you guys dapat good news tapi like Allah knows best
Yes.
Allah knows better. Dia tahu what's ready for you guys. Apa-apa untuk korang memang dia lah. Kita memang serah kepada dia lah. Tapi always tahu yang kita akan sentiasa mendoakan korang lah.
Thank you, insyaAllah.
Baik sangka dengan Allah juga.
Betul.
Yes, always.
Yes, always. Thank you to you guys also.
Thank you for being there every step of the way. Aku nak nangis lagi. Korang really, walaupun kita kenal for setahun lebih, things like that.
Betul.
Tapi ya Allah,
Nurul brother.
nanti
Nanti aku bill kau je.
InsyaAllah.
So yes guys, before we go lah, kita tak boleh lupa dengan penaja kami PPIS.
Yes.
So like Yan said, everybody is going through something, right? So if you are a woman, if you are a struggling family, you can reach out for help from PPIS. You can go to ppis.sg.
So at the same time also, for this month of Ramadan and Shawwal, you can share the joy with PPIS. With PPIS Ihsan Ramadan 2025. Sinari impian, visit ppis.sg/PIR.
Yes. Inspiring women,
Strengthening families.
Bye guys. Thank you for everything.
We've come to the end of another episode of
So anyway, if you know what you hear, please follow us on our social TikTok, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube.
Share it with all of your friends and family members so that they can benefit from this episode, InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. Amin.
Till next time, there will always be a next time. See you.
InsyaAllah.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.